Something else we can do inside of Enterprise Studio is build connection models. Connection models are a nice way to be able to round trip data if you have external stakeholders who manage bits of information you're interested in, or you wanted to get feedback on a particular set of concepts, etc. The way we do that inside of Enterprise Studio is we actually create a model for building the connection, and we model that connection itself. To do that, if we go to our model package, we can do new, and I can select here a connection model. And inside of my model package now, I get this connection view model. If I open that connection view up, at the minute there is nothing in it. We're going to create a simple Excel connection so that we can pull out some of our process information, and we can then edit that and round trip it back in. There are some pre-built ones as we discussed yesterday. We can actually script anything in here, so whatever connections are required in the main should be possible, examples being SharePoint and Jira, etc. So here, if I create an Excel connection, the first thing I need to do is just configure this, and I need to set a context for this model. The context for my model here will be my Archimate view. And having done that, then what I can do, I can play around with some of these settings and configurations. In the context of this example, we won't. We'll just go straight into building a mapping. Okay, so that creates a worksheet inside of here. If I double click on that worksheet, I get the bare bones of what my Excel template is going to look like. So to be able to pull those processes out, I first of all need to tell it that it's the processes I'm interested in exchanging. So in my connection model, I go to the Archimate model, and I can then simply drag a process object in. It doesn't matter what it is, it's interested in the type, not the concept. And then I need to associate that business process with one of the cells in what will be my Excel worksheet. In this case, not only am I interested in taking out the object itself, I'm also interested in an attribute of it. And inside that basic profile, I am here interested in the documentation. So I'm just going to put that into my model as well. And then I am simply going to put the right angle connector on to make it neat. I'm simply going to associate that with cell 2. So that's all I need to do. This icon here tells me that that's how we're going to manage the keys for the objects in here. We're just going to do it on the name of the process. I can then, having done that, just do a quick validation, and everything is in order. Obviously this is a fairly simple model. Having built that model, then I can choose to export it, and it will ask me, well, where do you want to put this? So I'm just going to put it onto the desktop for now, and I'm going to press save. So what this is doing now, it's going into the Archimate model over here, and it's doing a parse to find all of those processes. And once it's got those processes, not a lot in this example, it will effectively dump those into a spreadsheet. So if I go to my desktop, there's that Excel file we've just created. And within that Excel file, there is a worksheet tab. That worksheet tab aligns to, if we just jump back here, to the name of this object as we named it here. Obviously I could have called that anything, and I could have multiple worksheets running in this one connection model. But all we want to do at this point in time is just maybe do some light edits of that. So everything mainly looks in order, but we may be missing some documentation or some metrics or some attributes or whatever it may be. We may want to add new objects too. So let's just do a description. And if I wanted to, I could create a new process as well. So there are all the changes I'm going to make. I'm just going to close that down again. And if I come back into Excel here, into the connection model here, what I can now do is import that. Let me just close this window. It asks me to locate the object, so it's on the desktop, Excel, there it is. Okay, so this now processes that Excel object, it imports that data, And what I should now find is over here on the left hand side, it's created my new process. If I go into my handle claim view, I can see that the description now has also been added to the object. So the connection models, whether you're using them directly in this context or whether you're using the integration into a portfolio view for editing data, as George demonstrated yesterday, it's simply a case of pulling that data out, doing the edits and then reloading the data.